Hello, you guys, and welcome back again to Dark Souls. As you can see, we are in the Dragon Shrine. Um, I have no souls, as you can notice. That's because I've been trying to clear this area, and I've lost my souls a couple of times, and it is rather annoying. Now this time I will be summoning, or at least trying to summon two phantoms to help me. And these phantoms will not be NPCs. These phantoms will be players because I feel like that's the only way I'll be able to take care of that bastard. Um, that bastard dragon. So, yeah. And we successfully summoned both of them, which is a good thing. So, I guess we'll just be going now. And hopefully these guys will um, and I will be using the Hydronite sword and the Hydronite lance because they have lightning, which I feel is a good weapon against these guys. So, we will be trying to take down these guys. And one of them has already been vanquished. Great. But it doesn't matter because the head of Vengal will actually help us. Well, not the head of Vengal, but well, he is called the head of Vengal, but he really isn't the head of Vengal. So we'll just summon the head of Vengal, and here he comes. And hopefully this will be enough to kill that dragon. My thoughts are not. And if we do not kill that dragon now, this time, I will not be attempting to do it again. Quite simply. And I can already tell that we will not be able to kill it, most likely. Apparently we will. I was freaking lucky right there. Whoa. Well, the head of Bengal is almost dead. If he isn't already dead. He isn't quite dead, but he is gonna die like in 5 seconds or something. And my other phantom is also dead. Which is of course great. Just great. And here goes the head of Bengal. Brilliant. Especially because this leaves me with a buffed dragon with a vengeance, with nearly full health. I'm hoping for this strategy to work throughout this whole fight. I doubt that it will, but I'm hoping that it will. Because the strategy here is to keep him occupied by running in front of his head all the time. And then once he starts doing that, we just run over here, and hopefully his fire won't reach us, which it won't. And hopefully he will stay in that position, because sometimes he flies closer and breathes fire through. Yeah, we're dead. You know what? Fuck this. We're not gonna be able to get this giant soul. I will not attempt to do it more, because it is ridiculous to even try to do this. We already have 4. One more is not gonna make that much of a difference. It would be awesome to finish King Vendrick as fast as possible, but I'm not just gonna continue. Of course, all my souls are up there, but I don't really care about them, honestly. I've already lost so many, so I don't really give a shit about them, to be honest. And against King Vendrick, we will not be using that ring. Instead, we will be using... I don't really know. I guess we'll be using this one because there's not really any point in other rings. We'll be using this setup in this battle, and I will be going in right now. Now, I'm not sure I'll be able to survive the first hit from him. Which is of course a shame, but I don't really mind, to be honest. See, that right there is the danger about rushing You're never really sure if it'll actually pay off. You see, the trick is to stay on this side of him. Basically just stay on this side, because he should only rely on these kind of attacks that will not hit you if you stay on this side. Which is what I will be doing. Now he has a rather enormous range, which is why you should really pay caution to the wind when facing him. But basically, basic strategy, just stay at this side of him, because he will not be able to do a thing. And whenever he starts getting a little too close to hitting you, in your own opinion, just strafe a little before you attack, because he is not supposed to be an easy boss. Now that attack right there is the most annoying one, because it has a high chance of hitting you. I can easily get around those ones right there. The kind of guillotine attacks. I can easily get around those. These guys. Now he will sometimes decide that he will turn the other direction, in which case just hurry back to his other side again and keep strafing. And as you can see, we're dealing a good amount of damage to him per hit. Not a lot, but not too little either. And I'm confident that we will most likely be able to complete this one the first time. Although I'm not one to jump to conclusions, because he is still really difficult. And the most annoying ability he has is his ability to backstep, as you're seeing him do right there. And the reason why that is so annoying is because he gets right out of your range and resets your starting positions to the dueling stance, where you're faced off against each other, which is of course a nice thing, because a duel is always great. But against an enemy like this guy, please don't just duel him fair and square, because he is very, very strong. He will most likely one-shot you if he hits you. He can be dodged by rolling, I think, but I don't really think the waste of stamina is worth even trying to do it. And there we go. Because he takes a lot. First of all, he takes a lot of punishment. Second of all, he will one-shot you if he hits you, basically. On my second playthrough, I was wearing a full Havel set, and I had 100. I had full health basically. Well, as much health as leveling up would allow me to have. Um, and even though I had all of that, I still took about. I mean, I was left with about 10 to 20% of health on my second playthrough. Um, which, in my opinion, of course, makes him really bad to try and fight fair and square. Although it could be worse as it is right now, as I have to fight this fucking thing at the same time as I'm fighting that other bitch. Jesus Christ. That got way too close. And by the way, I'm not gonna be losing all my souls now, because the souls you get from killing Vendrick, in case you weren't able to tell, is really, really massive. So I mean, I got all over 100,000 souls on my very first playthrough, on my very first try on killing him. I got a little over 100,000 souls. 100,000 souls, yeah, for killing him. And the location we're going to right now is a location which you can only access after killing Vendrick, I think. I think it only opens up after you kill Vendrick. And while you're human, while I remember it, which is why it's not opening for us. Oh, fuck. Good thing that I didn't use a human effigy right there, because I would have lost it. So we will just make our way back there again. But basically, if you're human and you've defeated King Vendrick, that door will be open, and behind it there will be a chest with the king's set and King Vendrick's. Oh, fuck me. I'm not going to be losing the 100,000 souls that is lying where I died. I'm not going to be losing that. Just saying. I don't know why, but I just like backstabbing these bitches. Because they are actually quite a drag. Because they keep shooting these magics at you, and I mean, they are always backed up by at least one other of their friends, which in my opinion makes them bullshit. But and we got another Staff of Mana. Not because we need one more, but alright, and I will just pick up my souls before anything else. Wow, thank you. And let's turn human. Here we go. And we open the door. The very glorious door. You see, immediately as we enter, there is a throne with the soul of the king. Now, the soul of the king is used in making one of two different weapons. And you can see the king set right there. It's basically used in making one of two different weapons, unless you of course have two of them. But basically, you can make two different, well, you can trade the soul in for one of two weapons. Either you can trade it in for the ruler's sword, which is amazing because it scales with how many souls you have, or you can trade it in for the King's Ultra Greatsword, I think. And the King's Ultra Greatsword is in fact the sword which we will be going for, because at the moment we don't stock up on that many souls, so we will not be going that much into actually getting the buff that it gives us. So I don't really see the point. At some point, we will go into saving up souls so we can use the ruler's sword, because the ruler's sword is amazing. And let's see here. You can see the ruler's sword. It's a regular greatsword, and that King's Ultra Greatsword, as the name says, it is an Ultra Greatsword. And I will be buying that one, and I will also be buying that one, and I will also be buying that one, now that I'm here. You can also make the King's Shield, which I haven't actually gotten that one yet on my strong character, or whatever you say, on my overleveled character. It doesn't appear to be that amazing, in my opinion. But that's that. One thing that I will buy from you is the regular twin blades. Two of those actually. Two partisans, and two Miracamos. Yeah.
Come back.
Yeah. Oh wait, let's actually see if we can talk to her.
The nature.
And see if she gives you anything.
It. Do you that? No. The nature. They can. This. Come again.
No. Okay. But we got the King's Ultra Greatsword, and I will be showing you this when we get back to Majula in a minute, because the King's Ultra Greatsword is amazing. It looks really, really cool, and it has a really awesome special effect if you're using it in PvP. It's a bit of a douchebag effect, if you ask me, but it is really good if you're fighting guys that use like a full Havel set. And this is the one. It kind of looks like a shoe, like kind of a boot, if you ask me. But it is in fact like a pedestal with a woman on it, kind of a figurine kind of thing. And the good thing about this one is, I did not mean to unequip it. The good thing about this one is that it inflicts heavy damage on enemy armor. So yeah, it'll inflict heavy damage on the enemy's armor, which basically means that your enemy's armor, when faced with this weapon, your enemy's armor will be shredded to pieces very, very quickly. So it's really a good sword if you're fighting guys using like full Havels, as I was using at one point. Now this will definitely go away. Wow, it's really, just imagine me coming up to you like this. Just imagine. Jesus Christ. I would be scared if I saw a player coming up to me like that. With just two massive weapons on their shoulders. And we don't quite have the right. We need 12 intelligence and 12 faith to be able to use it. So we don't quite have the right stats for using it, but we will be going with this at least. I know we might not actually be going with that one. Let's have a look here. Now, you know what? I think I'm actually in the mood for some Murakumo action. Now, I don't really like the dual wielding of these kind of great swords and stuff like that, because that is really cool, because if you actually get your opponent in a place where they can't dodge it, it will deal twice the damage, approximately at least, because you hit with both weapons, of course. Now, the thing about them that I don't like is the strong attack, because the strong attack is just chopped down, which has a really limited range, and I've actually tried at multiple occasions missing enemies because they were in the middle of the swords. Just like in the middle of them. And that's why I don't really like that. Which is why I won't really be going for that one. I will instead be going for this build again. Now, what do we need to do? We've defeated King Vendrake. We haven't defeated the dragon yet, but I'm not so sure that we will actually be doing that. Let's have a look. Actually, we need to level up a little bit first.
Bearer of until.
Let's see here. A little more vigorance. It's always good. Vigor, rather, not vigorance. And 3 of these souls to give ourselves a little bit more leveling up.
Until.
There we go. That seems good in my eyes. Now I will actually just change this setup. I mean, the scimitar is probably the one that I will keep, but I will probably change this one for something else. Let's have a look. No, we can't do that. Okay. How about... No, that won't work either, no. How about this one? That will work. No, that will just change it, which is not what I want. How about... That probably won't work either. No. How about the... No. Now that is not something I like a lot. Now we know we can do this, and that'll just be... Now this is something better. That's the moveset that I really want. And that's why I'm testing these different weapons out, because I really want that moveset. The Partisan. Now another thing that I really like is actually spears. Because spears always have a really cool moveset in my opinion, and I just love the thrusting. Because it just makes it a little bit more focused in my opinion. It doesn't really do anything, but I really enjoy it when I use these kind of spears, because they just basically they just this is the annoying thing. I really love twin blades, but I don't like dual wielding them because that basically causes me to lose the kind of ability, the fluidity that they have, and I don't want to lose that. I will be going with the scimitar in my right hand, and I will actually be going with the washing pole in my left. Wait, what about the Murakamo? No, we can't do that either. Okay. This one is definitely possible, however. And I will be going with this for the next while. So look here. Should probably actually have used some of the souls that we got for increasing some of our boss weapons. But never mind that. Look here. Yeah, you see, you can't really use any of them on well, it'll be something for another day. Now, what I will just do is I will actually just go right over here. And use this ladder down to get to this area. And the reason for this is because alright. There we go. Almost killed me, but worth it. Kind of. Not really, but now this is the area that I don't like. The one area that I hate. Because these are, well, I don't like going through it. I don't like going through it, that's the thing. It's not really that big of a problem. I just don't like going through it. This guy has lost his legs. The fuck. Oh god. And look, already we're being summoned as a Great Spirit. Already. Basically not even 5 minutes have passed by, and we're already getting summoned as a Great Spirit. I don't know if we will actually be capable of getting summoned. Though, I don't know if we will actually be summoned to another world. Because the delay on it seemed to be rather large. So I'm assuming that that probably means the summoning failed. Which is really a good thing. Because I don't really like being summoned as a Grave Ensign. Gotta be honest. And I will go up these stairs, and hopefully I will make it to the bonfire without having to deal with being summoned again. And the bonfire is right over here. Good. Good. Now the good thing about me being so buff is that I have actually, well, the good thing about me increasing my character's weapons so much is basically I will be able to one-shot these rats pretty easily. Which is very, very good because this is the boss fight for the Royal Rat Vanguard. Which is not a boss I approve of a lot. As it, first of all, has a lot of rat friends. As you can see, I'm already being slaughtered, basically. And the good thing, the best thing to do, really, in my opinion, is to just kind of kite these guys into one big clump, and then guide them towards the area where you are at an advantage, such as this area right here. I'm not at a particularly big advantage, as I actually will have to stop and now the Royal Rat Vanguard is here somewhere, and it is the one with the mohawk. That's the one right there. That's the one we want to kill. Because killing everything else is second. Second priority, because once we kill this guy, there we go, all the others will just run. Good. Good. And now we can continue right through this boss battle area and get to this guy. Hello.
Leave. We have human. Is thou reduce sins? Permit me. Swear.
I will join the Rat Covenant. Just for a brief moment.
Thou hast the human. Take this. The ring draw. Wear the and dis. I will. I pray.